Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is ApMedia. Okay, so today I'll be doing a quick review on this design that I've done. I did this design a while ago, so I'll be doing a quick review on it. I'll be going through all the layers. I'll explain the concept behind the things I did in the layers, and I'll try to be detailed as much as possible in this design, in this tutorial. Okay, so if this is your first time coming across my video, across my YouTube channel, please, I want to crave your indulgence to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click on the notification icon and turn it on so that anytime I drop a new video, you will get notified. All right, so having that said, we'll get right into the video. Okay, so I'm going to turn off all the layers right now. And I'll explain the things I did in the layers. Okay, so let's have it. All right, so this is the first background, but then this was not how the background was initially. Okay, the background was a plain white background, but what we have here currently is not plain white background. And whenever you open a new document on your Photoshop, for example, when you do Ctrl N, this dimension, by the way, is Instagram size. Okay, so I have it saved there, IG size 1080 by 1350. All right, so that is the size that I used, and the color by default is always white. You can change it from here, but I always leave mine at white. So I created document. So whenever you create a new document, you're going to have something like this, plain white. But for you to be able to change the background to what I have here and still retain the particular background like this, what you have to do is to, okay, first let me copy this code that I used here. Let me use this foreground and copy this code. So let's do Ctrl C and copy this code. So let's come to this new document I just created. So what you do is to come to your foreground here, select whatever color you want to select, like this, and then come to your gradient tool and locate paint bucket tool. All right, I've said this over and over again. So locate your paint bucket tool, click on it, and then come and click. So the background is going to change to whatever color you select. Okay, so you still have it like this. You don't need to draw any shape. You don't need to draw any background on it directly. So that was how I was able to create my first background. And then why I use this color is because the most dominant color in the image, I just turn on one of the image here. The most dominant color in this image is purple. All right, the color grade, everything was flowing towards the purple side, although there is blue. All right, but you agree with me that blue is also a family of purple. So blue, purple, that line. Okay, so that was why I chose something that looks like purple that is bright. Okay, so that was how I was able to create this particular background. So next up was to, let me turn off this image. Next up was to bring this thing that is here, this particular background. Okay, so this background is a pattern, a doodle pattern, something like this. I downloaded this from FreePic, I guess. This is like an irregular shape, an irregular doodle pattern image. Okay, so I have something like this, and I change the blend mode to linear dodge add. Right, I change the blend mode like this to blend with my background. All right, so it hid what this particular blend mode did for me was to hide some of the noise or some of the distraction on the background and just show me a few things. All right, so when I got this, I was okay. So I left it like this, and I drew some tiny shapes around this place. All right, one, and I have another one here. I used curvature pen to draw this shape. Let me zoom out so that you can see it. So this is how the shape is. there's no fill, it's just the outline like this and like this. So next up was to write the name happiness, and I wrote another one on top of it. Why I wrote another one on top of it is because I broke the first one. Okay, this black one is broken into two, and then I have this one directly on top of it. So I have happiness. And then, by the way, this font is called this header font is called Vanguard. Okay, I'm not using the original font here. I'm using the demo version of the font, so that is why it gave me this font spring that is here. Okay, the font is called Vanguard CF. Okay, and this font on top of it is called Black Signature. Yes, Black Signature. Let me search for it. Black. Is it Black Signature? Black. A minute, please. Okay, Black Sig. Yes, so this is it. Black Signature for personal use only. Okay, so this was not for any commercial use. So Black Signature, that was the name of this font. Now the next thing I did was this one was one little effect that was almost non-noticeable in this design. Okay, so let me increase the opacity of this to 100% and remove the layer mask, so you see what was there. So this is a love or a heart shape in purple color. So I added a layer mask, so I hid some parts here and I reduced the blend mode to 30%. So I kept this at this corner. I think I was almost done with this design before I added this. Okay, and I think I added it somewhere, but it wasn't really working, or it was looking a little bit distracting, so I just hid it here. Okay, so the next thing I did was to bring this image. Okay, this is like the most prominent image in the design, and after that I drew this shape. Now this is like what I drew here. Okay, this place and this place. I used my curvature pen tool from here, from my pen tool, curvature pen tool, to draw a curvature like this. So instead of your normal pen tool that you have to click and drag to get a curve, this one, by just clicking here and there, you're going to have a curve at the end of the day. So this is what I did here, and I clip maxed that pattern. Remember the pattern in the background, I clip maxed it inside this shape. I change the blend mode to luminosity. You see now, luminosity gave me this purple feel in the image. All right, but then this is too sharp. Okay, this right here is too sharp. So what I did was to reduce the opacity to what, 20%. Look at this from here. I reduced the opacity to 20% and I was done with that. So I clip maxed one of the image inside, and to bring a part of that image outside, you know how we do it. I created this little duplicate and a layer mask on that image to reveal that part of the image outside. Okay, so if you followed me to this point again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, and also like this video. Also, if you have any question, any comment so far, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be there to answer any question, any comment, any observation at all. Right, so let's run now. Let's run. So what I did here was background shadow rather for this image. Okay, so I added this image. I created this shadow with my brush to create the illusion of her standing and that shadow of her standing. So that was what I created here. And happy birthday. Okay, happy birthday. I have the date here, 5th May. This font is called Newlis. Yeah, this one sweet font. I like this font so much. It's a sans serif font. It's very interesting. So I used the medium here, the black. Look at it. So this is the font family, new list. That's what I did there. And I did this type on part. Happy birthday around it. And okay, now I wrote this text. This a queen was born. I wrote so on this special day, a queen was born. She's a queen, a princess. All of everybody was born. So I wrote this text here to balance the design. I wrote another one here because this queen is very, very plenty. So next up was light. Okay, so I think I was almost done with the design here, but I wanted to do some things to pop the design a little bit. So I created this light. And how to create this light? You simply come to where you can create a new layer here and select a foreground color that looks like purple. Let's say something like this. Then hit your brush tool. Make sure your brush is, the hardness of your brush is 0%, right? And increase the size of your brush like this. Okay, let's see. Like this. So click, come to your drop down here, push this a little bit to the brighter side, reduce your brush size and click. So you can just vex and push it to white now. Reduce the size of that brush, push it down and click. So what I like to do after creating something like this is to put, let's say, rulers. Yes, I want to mark the edges of this light. Okay, I'll mark the edges of this light like this and like this. So I will now know that this is the area that this light covered. So I'll use my eraser tool and I'll clean around these edges. Okay, there are tiny imaginary lines at this place that you cannot see, but when you are done with your design, you may start seeing those things. So to be on the safer side, I usually do something like this. So after I've cleaned, you can see now it has left that. Look at before. Ctrl Z. Before it was here, it was touching the edges of this thing, but after I clean, let's do Ctrl Shift Z. Look at. So it means that there were some tiny imaginary lines at that side that I did not see earlier. So I've been able to clean those ones out. So now I can remove these guides from here. So I will now change the blend mode to screen, and I can now keep it around anywhere I want to keep it at all. Okay, so that was how I created that light. So I have one light here, one light here. This particular one on this text was to give it that gradient kind of feel on this image. Okay, so I add that one there, and this is like the overall light for me. Let me change the blend mode to normal so that you see. This is like one of those rainbow effects you can get from FreePic or from Pinterest. Let me zoom out. So this is how the light is, something like this. So I slammed it on the whole design. I changed the blend mode to screen, but it was looking like it's too much on the face. Look at the face. It's just, the light is just all over her face, which is not so good. So I added a layer mask and I brushed off some part from the face so that the face can breathe. You get. After that, I added this +1 with this arrow. This one icon I downloaded from flaticon.com. Okay, so I use this particular one here and my logo. Okay, ApMedia in purple because everything here is playing out purple already. So ApMedia delivering excellence in purple on the design. And there's this black and white. There's this effect I like to do at the end of my designs to just get an overall view of the whole design. So I added this adjustment layer, black and white. From here, I added the black and white to see how the design will look like in black and white. Is this still going to look fine if there are no colors? What if there are colors? How is it going to look like? So I usually do this experiment at the end of my design. So that was why I added this, and let's remove this. Next is color lookup. Okay, this color lookup, I changed the blend mode to soft light. This is how the color lookup looks like by adding it. Okay, it gave me this nice color. I think I like this color, by the way. Yeah, I like this color, but like I didn't really use it. Okay, so the color is nice actually. The color lookup is nice. So I changed the blend mode to soft light, and then I reduce the opacity, let's say 20% or 30%. This helps the design pops more. All right, it helps the design pops. It helps the images to pop. And you know the way clients will always say, make the design pop, make the design pop. All right, so that was how I was able to create the design. That was the in and out of the whole design. Okay, so I hope you learned a thing or two in this particular tutorial. All right, so please, if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. All right, it helps us grow. It helps many people see this value. Okay, so I'm giving this value almost free everywhere on the internet. Okay, so by you subscribing, by you liking this video, by you dropping a comment, it helps the video to spread more to more people, so that more people can learn some of these things and be better at their craft. All right, so that is the goal behind all these things that we are doing. Okay, so please like this video, drop a comment. If you have any question, I'll be willing to answer your questions in the comment section. Okay, so if you have any question, please drop them in the comments below. I'll answer them. All right, so I would see you in another tutorial. Bye for now.